Heyo, Cool Skeleton 111 here. How y'all doing? Alright, well today we're getting back into Ace Attorney after how long? A week? Jeez. Well, when duty calls, I gotta go. Alright, but yeah. I believe last time we left off, um, we were trying to get into the evidence room? Well, we'll find out more once we get into it. So, are you all ready? Here we go! And I'm hoping the audio works this time. Oh, no. Jeez. Hold on. It's on the wrong screen again. For a sec. There we go. Okay. Back to the game. Let's see. Permission to enter. Please be aware that there will be some awkward voice acting. Alright, seems like the game audio is working. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Well, I never thought the day would come when Wright asked me for help. I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room? Slow blink. Now, Righto. Actually, I'm sorry. I don't need to investigate after all. Righto, please. Do I look like a selfish man? Look, if anyone asked me for... Sir, can I borrow $50? I'd give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate the room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out.
It just goes to show. You never know until you ask.
And for you, here you can borrow these.
Hey! This is a detective's ID card, isn't it?
That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it.
Yes, sir. It's an honor.
You just run along and do your best now. Later, folks.
It looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Just think, a real ID!
You seem happy.
Yes, sir. Because, sir, we get to go into the evidence room now, sir.
I think this place is a bad influence on the girl. Alright, let's head on down. Guard station. The evidence room is beyond that door.
And we have the ID card from Chief Gant. Let's just walk in. It won't open.
Aha! The card reader's turned off. See?
What is the security card thinking?
Howdy, partners. Well, well. What's made my Bambina's sky so gray? Hooray! It's this dude. Officer Marshall! Why does it have to be him? What's that? Why does it have to be him look for? As you may have surmised, this here's my saloon.
We're here to investigate the crime scene.
Yee-haw. That card you got there on your chest. That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts.
Yeehaw?
Well, what you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. The crime scene's awaiting. Looks like the card reader's on again. While we're here, I was wondering if I could ask you some questions? Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with you, hombres. You're busy then? Did I say that? I only didn't wish to speak with you. Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres.
I was wondering if we could talk to you?
Sorry, Bambina, but I'm off to roam the lands like a tumbleweed on the wide prairie. Like a gunslinger loading a six-shooter, I say a little prayer. What?
What was that all about, Mr. Wright?
I think he was just too hungry to talk.
You're just saying that because his stomach is growling. You have no idea what he was talking about either.
Well, in any case, we need to get cracking on this investigation. Pronto. Oh yeah, we do happen to have a lunch for him. Salisbury steak lunch? That smell. Reminds me of Texas.
So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas?
No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this from my baby?
Yeah. Miss Star?
What's this?
What? What's wrong?
A filet steak lunch. I see. I see.
I don't see. I wonder what it means.
Steak lunch given to Officer Marshall. Alright, Bambina. You win. Ask March. Anything. Finally, it seems like
He's willing to talk.
alright, so now we do. Because he's not starving.
Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right?
You've got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us. That poor little doggy. Poor guy. I keep getting his name wrong and calling him Meekly. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, You weren't at your station. Wait. Maybe I shouldn't be telling you this. But since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know.
So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place?
Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed zippy bleh, car.
No, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy.
There's no need for people here anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place.
You mean the security camera system?
I don't take to machines much. Kinda like that stewed broccoli they sneak in next to your steak, you know.
Miss Starr told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago.
It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of the crime. That's all gone now. Like a drinking hole in a prairie fire.
You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Starr, aren't you?
That was my case. It's all solved off the record books. But it smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it.
What kind of case was it, anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what exactly happened.
There are some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago.
2 days ago? The day of our case?
That's right. The evidence transfers.
Edgeworth was talking about the transfers too.
I know what maybe 2 of the machines in here do.
Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen.
Like I said, Bambina, me and machines, well, I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower in my steaks. The easiest ones to understand are these here security cameras.
Those are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned.
If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours.
And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they on those tapes?
I reckon they might be.
You're the security guard and you reckon?
One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card.
Thus the card reader by the door.
These card readers leave a record of every ID card that passes through.
Oh, that's gonna be important. So this is the ID card record. Hey! I've seen that one somewhere before.
Sorry, Bambina. I can't show you more than that.
Huh?
I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet.
Mr. Wright! I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number somewhere before.
Maybe there's some way I could prove that the record is tied to the stabbing. Sorry, but could you explain what the whole transferal thing is about? We keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. They're kept here under the presiding detective's supervision for 2 years. So we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake, see? So, what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault at the country sheriff's department. That's what we call transferring. We do it every February.
I see now.
Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it closes forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated. And that happened to SL9 2 days ago. Alright. Well, let's head into the evidence room. February 23rd. Evidence room. Sector 3. It's quiet. The investigation must be over here. Oh, it must be over here.
So, this is the evidence room? It's really kind of like a graveyard.
Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue.
Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me.
Hey! Whoa!
Sorry. I thought you were a ghost.
I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So, is it true what I heard? Righto, please. Do I look like a selfish man? Heck, if anyone asked me to, sir, can I borrow $50? I'd give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's desire. Knock yourself out. Yeah, it's true. So, Chief of Police can't loan anyone $50? Even me?
Oh, so that's what you were talking about.
Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for the day. Just for today?
Us for a day.
But guess what? You got permission from the chief. So now you're boss for a day. Gee, thanks. First of all, you'll want to have this. Evidence room floor plans added to the court record. Hooray, Gumshoe!
So, Detective Gumshoe, you're boss for the day?
That's right. It's an honor. After all, murder took place right there, in the police department.
But if you're boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings?
They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial. In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation. Again. I'm adamant, though. I'm going to take control and put this case to rest. In my own evidence locker, pal. You have a locker here too, Detective Gumshoe? Of course. I'm a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal.
Only you can open?
I always believed in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens.
So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee right now?
They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today. I see. I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. That case? Yeah, that case. The SL9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case. This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed so that only one detective can open it. Using their ID card? Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Why? I'm on my third card since entering the force already.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand.
Right hand? Oh, you mean fingerprints?
Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coded with a fingerprint. So, the only locker we can open is your own.
Honey, they look like normal lockers.
These are the latest model. There's a trick to the handles, see?
The handles?
On the other side of the handles is a sensor. And if the wrong person touches it...
Zap! You get a shock!
If that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There's even some people on the force who don't know about fingerprint locks. Evidence locker added the court record. Alright. Let's see if we can get more info on this. Yeah, so either one of those would have given it. Detective Goodman's note, and that switchblade knife. I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised out of anyone. Because of the SL9 connection? That was Mr. Edgeworth's first vacation 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared. But why would evidence from that case turn up now? I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends on that case. Now that was a bloody violent case. Violent. So, it was a murder? A serial killing. A serial killing? Maybe you don't want to get involved in this after all. The like the killer made a mistake. But the killer made a mistake. And Mr. Edward built his case around that. It's never.
And this was 2 years ago?
That put Mr. Edward right in the spot. And started the rumor mill.
Rumors. About forged evidence?
He was supposed to be all cleaned up with the transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is.
Huh? What do you mean?
Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see?
So... that switchblade knife. The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself? Alright, time to look around. There's something sticking out of here. Looks like a shirt. I guess it must have been evidence for some case. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here.
There you go, pal. Making me out to be some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet that evidence locker was open yesterday.
How do you know?
If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence?
Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot, too.
I bet he doesn't tuck in his shirt under that trench coat either. If you're going to tuck him behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of them, pal! What's this? Blood?
It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint here.
It looks like someone tried to wipe it off.
Mr. Wright! What if there's other bloodstains left in the room?
We should use our testing fluid to check out.
Wow! Someone must have broken something big to make these pieces.
Detective Gumshoe, perhaps? There you go, pal. Making me out to be some kind of hooligan. That's apparently from the case.
The case?
The SL9 incident, pal. See it stick around one of the pieces there?
Another piece of SL9 evidence.
Let's take a closer look.
I wonder what what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broke. You wanna try and put it back together?
Good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. Why, I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up.
That's why I always carry around a tube of glue.
Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. Whoa, 3D graphics! Alright, so, guess we'll just do a bit of puzzling. Wait, no. Ugh, I pressed the wrong button. I'm gonna have to use... Alright, examine. Skip all this. Take a closer look. Okay, using the buttons to rotate this time. Oh, I can just tap on it. Okay. Need to figure out what goes there. This one? Nice. Alright, now for that one. Is it actually just this one? No. This one looks more promising. Maybe? No. Okay, this one has to be. Yeah. Okay, now that one. And this one. Welcome in, Kintron! How you doing? No. I think it's this one. Oh. Well, I'll have to check that out. Whenever it's released. Or if it's already released, I'll see if I can find it. Here? It looks like we're missing a piece. Or two. Heck yeah!
Huh? Well, I think we did it. But some of the pieces are missing.
Yeah, I got that far too in 2 minutes myself. Problem is finishing it.
Were some pieces stolen?
I bet they were missing to begin with. Still, it doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar.
I kind of understand how it got broken.
Unstable jar, added to the court record. Alright, well, I suppose it is luminol time. Yeah. How do I use luminol? I forget how to use the luminol. Someone used a marker to write her name on this. Emma Sky. Don't tell me you bring this with you everywhere you go.
Well, you never know where something might go down.
Just what kind of world do you think we live in? Alright, getting out of here. Let's see.
again. How do I use it? Nope. Do I have to look at everything else first? If you put these pieces together, it makes a jar. There are two things that bother me. One, why are some of the pieces missing? Two, doesn't it seem a little unstable? No wonder it broke.
I'll make sure to remember that next time I make a jar.
Look! This one's open! And the red indicator light above the door is lit!
My locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprints. Detective Goodman's locker?
Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like this?
Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it. It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere.
Someone left a glove here. But only one.
Detective Gumshoe, maybe? There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case, you know. You mean SL9? It does have a tag on it. Rubber glove added to the court record.
That's the door we just came through.
Looks like you don't need an ID card to get out.
I wonder what would happen if Officer Marshall cut the power while we were inside.
Well, let's hope he remembers we're still in here.
This place is stuffed with evidence. Stuffed with dreams.
I'm not so sure about the dreams.
It won't open.
Did you really think it would? Heck, pal, our security system is high-tech around here. Alright, what do we got? Nothing. I forget how to use the luminol. Oh, there we go. We just have to examine first. Well, time to... What? Okay.
Why am I getting a reaction here?
There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot. If he fled out the door. This just might be something significant. Heck! That's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal. Wait, Gumshoe has glasses too?
What's this?
Oh. What's this?
It's called luminol testing fluid.
Where'd you get your hands on that?
Huh?
I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow $50 from the chief. Where do you get this, Emma?
I always buy it by mail order.
Well, I'd better jot this down on the floor plans. blood on the floor. But that must have been one massive pool of blood. Never seen anything like it. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, Detective? Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien?
This proves that something really happened in front of the locker.
I'll make a note of it on the floor plans. Hey! If you didn't want my opinion, you should have asked! Spray and everything.
I knew it! This is someone's right handprint!
What? What's the matter, Detective? This locker is mine!
It's yours?
Please! You have to help me! When they come to take me away! Promise you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly! You'll do that for me, won't you, pals? This is an important clue. I'll jot it down on the floor plans. I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police.
What? But you're a detective!
Alright, well, guess we'll back out of that for now. And slide. Alright, I think we're done here for now. I don't know what we do now. Okay, it's just a picture of a locker. So 2 on the locker, 1 big pool of blood in the back. Yeah, we still have to go talk to Marshall. Officer Marshall. Because we need more info about that sheet. And the only way to do that is to prove. Let's see. ID. Do we still have this one. So, it has the number there. We need more info.
See this? This is the victim's ID card.
Ah! One that was on the ground in the parking lot. The number on this is 584-2189.
Officer Marshall, show us the ID card report again. Look at the 4th number. It's a perfect match.
It was used at 5:14, right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world.
So, when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room.
But wait, what did Officer Meekin say? Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card? What did he do? That's the thing! Suddenly he pointed a knife at me! If he had his ID card, then why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins? Alright, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card record.
ID card record added to the court record.
Record.
I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here.
Alright, so not gonna get much out of him. Well, moving to the evidence room. Presenting.
Could you take a look at this? This is the ID card record of people who came in here on the day of the stabbing.
I've heard the rumors. So it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa!
What is it?
That second number!
It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe?
Mr. Edgeworth!
What?
The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth!
What? ID card record updated in the court record. Why would Edgeworth have come to this evidence room?
Hey pal, look at the time!
Was there something you need to be doing?
It's just that Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm going to give them my report for the day. It might help you, you know.
Report? You mean the note written on the back of the flyer?
The one that says nothing but no problems? Hey! It's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe him.
Who needs enemies when you've got friends like Detective Gumshoe?
Hey, he's not all that worthless. I'm off, pal. See you later.
I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say, too. Alright, I guess we're moving to Edgeworth. What would he be doing in the evidence room? Maybe she knows something about it. Could you take a look at this? Oh, no. So, nope, she don't know nothing about it. Alright, 2 edgies. February 23rd, High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202.
What? Guess. My apologies.
Oh, it's you.
Have we met somewhere?
Huh?
Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long.
Is Edgeworth here? There! Standing by the window. A teacup in his hand.
Right.
He has the hotel bring him tea service? Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the District Prosecutor's Office inquiry?
I am.
By the way, Detective Gumshoe is looking for you.
Yes. He brought me the latest information, it seems.
Really? Was it helpful?
Apparently a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow.
The real info is on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him.
Present.
Alright, I'd better check this now.
As I was saying, What's this? Record of ID card usage?
Edgeworth, you went to the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less.
Yes, that's true.
Why, Mr. Edgeworth?
Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go by Chief Gumshoe.
Chief of Police?
He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office.
But it was solved, right? It wouldn't have to be if the evidence was already filed.
The chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here.
Can I ask what kind of case it was?
I cannot say. It really has nothing to do with the Kurt case.
Now I'm curious about this other case. I'd better make a note of it. Unrelated evidence. A screwdriver added the court record.
Stubborn as always. I told you this has nothing to do with the Kurt case.
Let's see. I thought we could verify who you... I guess... Oh, it's already on here. So there's... 2 other people we still need to figure out? I guess we'll talk to them. Maybe not. Well, we're gonna have to anyway, I guess. So, how did the inquiry committee go?
Actually, they decided to treat this as not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation.
Concealing evidence?
Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again.
Again?
I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago.
Are you okay for the trial tomorrow?
Well, I'm still prosecuting attorney. However,
Something happened?
they gave control of the investigation over to the police department.
The police department?
Yes, a further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results.
I see.
Why? I ask you, why? All along, I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still...
Wow, I never seen him this out of sorts. Well, no, nothing here. We could go to the detention center. Oh yeah, he has an ID. Let's go ahead and see if he was the one. Or one of them. Officer Meekins, could you take a look at this? I'm sorry, sir. Really sorry. I have no idea what that is. Maybe you should go ask Mr. Edwards, sir? Yeah. So, obviously, he does not know. I figured he would be one of the people that went in. Oh well. Who else could have gone in? Or do we still have to talk to... Yeah, we might have to go back over to... Because I don't think we exhausted all of the dialogue options for it. Maybe if I just show him my best evidence, I can get some reactions out of him. Okay, best evidence. Oh right, I'd better check this now. Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no wait, I think we already... Yeah, we already did this. Yeah. I'm just showing him everything at this point. Is there really nothing to do here? I've shown him practically everything in here. Okay. Well, maybe we just gotta go over to Meekins or something. Again, if I get stuck, I can use a walkthrough. I'm gonna try my best to do other stuff, though. Alright, Vase. Yeah, I'm kinda stuck right now. Alright, gonna pull up a walkthrough. Be right back. Alright, well, I guess we do have to go back to Edgeworth. It said, present a note? Oh, probably this.
I know you. You've probably got a hold of some information already, right?
It all has to do with that case you were on. The SL9 incident. And some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in.
You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later.
He must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator. Okay, Edgeworth. Why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. Okay, so now we can talk.
The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was Duty Chief of Police at the time, Damon Gant.
That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago too, then?
She was a top officer, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous.
Wow! You get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth?
What I want to know is why was the Deputy Chief Police on the investigation?
In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. He won our guilty verdict, and the killer was executed.
Wait, you didn't...
Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code, and I follow it faithfully. Professional off standard. Standards men. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something.
My sister? What?
If you were still studying forensic science?
Huh? Yes, of course. Why, just today, Mr. Wright and I were using this.
Luminol testing fluid. Well then, you might have use for this.
Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints!
It's been chemically treated for better adhesion.
Well, hello! Welcome in, Spartan. How you been? So, hello. I am Cool Skeleton 111. I play a lot of games, mostly puzzle games, and I do art and make music. Yeah. Oh, well, thank you for joining the pile of bones. Alright. Well, time to get back to it.
For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know.
I've no say in today's investigation. Do as you will.
Edgeworth, I'm really...
No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved.
Thanks. How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well? Fingerprint set and fingerprint file received.
Well, let's get going. One last investigation.
Right. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. Well, we'll have to go check that out. Here. February 23rd. Evidence room. Sector 3. Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint.
Here! In this blood on the detective's evidence locker.
Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed.
Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger.
Finger?
Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print.
I really can't tell the difference at a glance.
Quit procrastinating and choose a finger!
Okay. Thumb.
Okay. Now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done.
Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eye.
First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around.
Huh? How do you do that?
With this button.
See? It looks like that did the trick.
The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess.
How do I do that?
With this button. Exciting, I know! Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. See?
Wow. That looks like fun. It might take some getting used to, though.
It's fine. It won't go up your nose or anything.
You just
pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright.
I guess I'd better give it a try.
Whee!
Man, this has got to be like so much fun on the DS. You just cover the entire screen in powder. I'm just gonna do that. Yay! You think this is enough powder? More? Alright, I'm just gonna blow it off now. Oh my gosh! It's entirely coated! Oh my gosh.
Uh-huh! You did it! You found one! But it looks nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't.
What does it mean?
I think it means we're out of luck.
Out of luck?
The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves.
Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here!
Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigation. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints?
Other prints?
Looking at the locker door again closely. It seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can find a clear print.
Fingerprints outside of the blood. This thingy? Smudge? Alright, I'm just gonna do the bare essentials. Alright, and...
Yay! A clear... A print is so clear, it's dazzling!
Dazzling?
Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away.
So we're not done yet? This is quite the process.
Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right?
I guess she's right.
Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth. And point out the person you think left these prints.
Huh? How am I supposed to know who it is?
I can make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So, whose fingerprint would be most likely to find on this evidence locker?
Whose would it be? What do you think? Dang, 30? He's looking pretty good for 30. Match found!
Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this so what look.
I guess that's probably because I was thinking, so what?
Okay, so we came up with nothing this time. But there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright.
Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out. Slide to the left. Okay. Examine. This is where we got an luminal fluid reaction, right?
Right! There was a handprint here. Okay. Want to try using this?
There go our eyes sparkling again. Well, let's do it. Okay. Let's check for prints.
That's the spirit! Oh! But I have to warn you about something first.
What?
The area with the blood was wiped away, right?
We only ended up finding it using chemical means.
Any prints in that area will have been wiped away too!
Oh, right. So that means no prints.
Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high?
Don't ask me!
Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away.
Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand. Alright, let's do something here. And phew. Whoa, we found something. Oh, it's not enough. That is big fingerprint. And whose is it? I mean, it looks similar, but not enough. Wait. Oh my god! Match found! Hey! These fingerprints, they...
Whose are they? Whose? Is it someone we know?
It's Officer Marshall!
Huh? Officer Jake Marshall?
Officer Marshall's fingerprints added to the court record.
That's gotta be a coincidence. He's not involved with this crime.
Emma. This is decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. The luminol reaction, the blood, and the fingerprints are in the same place.
Oh.
So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a wiped blood stain.
Why would Officer Marshall?
It looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence.
I don't believe it!
To be continued. Ooh. I'm guessing the trial's coming up next. We are definitely going to save. February 24th, 9:41 a.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby number 2.
So what do you think, Mr. Wright?
I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. After all, the victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time. And a different suspect was arrested at each crime scene. Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed. I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning. We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though.
So, how'd it go?
It's as Mr. Wright suspects. The police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain.
A plea bargain? What do you mean by that?
We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma.
But Lana! Don't tell me you...
Much to my regret. I'm as much in the dark about this as they are. Miss Sky. We found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department evidence room. They belong to Officer Jake Marshall.
What kind of... trace evidence?
Blood-stained fingerprints, to be exact. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you?
In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall?
We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Sky? Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright. February 24th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 9.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is... I'm afraid we'll have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach a police department from the prosecutor's office. Yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time. But that's physically impossible, isn't it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared.
Yeah. And the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car.
Wow, this is one messed up trial.
One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today, I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself.
Now, that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things, even though he doesn't know what's going on himself.
And that's supposed to be an admirable trait?
Very well. Let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness to the stay of the day to the stand. Court's first witness. The prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer?
Oh boy. Things are getting wild from the get-go.
Will the defendant please state his name and occupation?
Yes, sir. I'm Officer Mike Bacon, sir. My occupation is that would be murder, sir.
Hey, so you're telling us you're the professional killer?
Sir, it was me, sir. I never kill anyone again, sir. You gotta believe me, sir.
I'm actually the one.
Sir, I'm the one who would call part of the younger generation, sir. A version of his actions adults can't possibly comprehend.
Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Help me, sir. Officer Meekins.
Yes, sir?
Give us your report of the crime. Consider that an order.
Yes, sir, as you wish. After all, I'm part of a generation that must be told what to do, sir.
You can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm.
Crime report, sir.
Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed to the room. I was only doing that what I was trained to do, sir.
No, thank you. Alright, sorry about that.
I was suddenly tagged. I fought for my life. Then I did it. After I passed out, until another officer smacked me awake.
So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you?
Do unto others before they do unto you. That's what the Macon family motto, sir.
I see. Then you fainted and the colleague helped you regain consciousness?
Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir.
Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
What I need here is more info to work with.
Crime report, sir.
What exactly do you mean when you said you did it?
I know I don't look the type, but I'm really into kung fu films, sir. The man let his guard down for just an incident, so I snatched his knife from him.
You took his knife.
I spun around him and performed a Simon maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man.
I see. He must have been desperate.
The next thing I knew, his white coat was dressed in a sea of my blood. And then the next thing I knew,
Yes?
he punched me right out of the face, sir.
About what time did you regain consciousness?
No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know what that? I was unconscious.
Oh, right.
According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30.
He hit me right in the head, too. I woke up crying in tears of pain.
That's nice. I mean, it's nice that we recovered. That is.
When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir.
Your mission?
Yes, sir. The Blue Banner, sir. I returned them to the entrance before things got out of hand.
Well, we can all rest easy now.
This is what he was telling us yesterday.
Well, we need to try and skim more details out of him. For starters, what was an officer from General Affairs Department doing in there in the first place?
Right. Let's press him for all he's worth.
I can feel my voice kind of being strained. So probably after we finish this testimony, I'm gonna go ahead and end stream. I know, ending early, but I don't think I can last too much longer. Alright. Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not?
Yes, sir. I'm in charge of hiring new recruits, sir.
Yikes. Now there's a scary thought.
Evidence transfer was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed.
I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir.
The Blue Badger!
Yes, sir. The Lily Police Base got created by the chief of detectives, sir. It wasn't sure. It wasn't broken during the transfer overseas. That was my sole mission for the day.
I see. Sounds like a very, important mission.
After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around. And I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room.
Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room. Tell us, what did you see when you got there?
In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct?
Precisely, sir. I had one right here around my neck.
So then, your ID number should be listed on here, right?
There it is! I found it! Well, this is the one right here!
Would you please read us the number?
Yes, sir. It's 498-9596. That's my number, sir.
I see. Huh. But the number 498-9596 is shown as being used twice. Thank you, Kindron.
Please explain, witness.
It's no real mystery, sir. The first time is when I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room.
A very reasonable reaction. I am very bad at remembering sequences of numbers.
And the second time is when I went to go get him after everything settled down.
I see. So it was during that second time when...
Yes, sir. That was when I spotted the man on the security screen.
Data added to the ID card record. So you were attacked? Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you?
It was a knife, sir! A knife!
Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you. What happened?
Hello, welcome in, Kel Monreal. Ah, yes, I know about that one. It would be kind of interesting to see someone with a badge ID with that number. Alright.
Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was.
You aren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into.
That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash on my hand.
Maybe if you could just Maybe if you just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be...
When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar.
I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened. Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains clear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim?
He's
got a point. Yes, Officer Meekins?
With regard to that, sir, take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell. Chief Gant delivered it to me just this morning, sir.
The chief
delivered it?
What is that? Videotape?
Yes, sir. That's absolutely right, sir. Videotape, sir. It contains footage of the security camera in the evidence room.
Objection!
What? I specifically asked if there was such a tape, and was told it had been mistakenly erased. That's quite a mistake.
I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at.
Looks like communication with the police department is as good as ever.
Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim.
And I'm going to save here. And we will be able to get to that videotape next time. Alright. So, let us head on over to the crypt. Yeah, I know, I'm ending a few minutes early. My voice is just getting kind of tired. Haven't done this in like a week, so... Alright, well, let me see if there's anyone to rate. Unfortunately, it does not appear to be so. Well, with that being said, thank you guys, and I will see all of you next time. Bye-bye!